hope that particularly in the institutional areas, what we will do is we will strengthen, we will consolidate the existing institutions. I hope we don't end up making new ones, but I hope we make the ones that already exist better. So I do think it has the potential of good results. I think Pakistan's challenges are the same as any developing countries, and it is for countries like Pakistan, developing countries, that sustainable development is most meaningful, because it highlights the word development. Pakistan's challenges are development problems, and at this point in sustainable development are the problems of energy, and I think energy is amongst the most important one. Pakistan has to create a lot of new energy, and that, if we can make that sustainable, will have a huge impact on the future. The other is what's called the blue economy, if you will, water. And we saw that in the recent floods. And whether we see it as floods or whether we see it as droughts, I think the water story is going to play out again and again and again. The third area is agriculture. A lot of people who focus on the environment don't focus on agriculture. But for a lot of developing countries like Pakistan, sustainable development is going to be achieved or not achieved in the fields as much as in the cities. And that is in fact the fourth thing, which is the cities. That it is, while it's an agriculture country, it has these burgeoning cities. So I think focus on urban areas and focus on agriculture. It's not a question of one or the other. For many developing countries, that's the challenge. I think the answer is all developing countries, including Pakistan, need to do better development. Better development to me is sustainable development. And these disasters have these massive impacts because we do not have development. Right? When you have an earthquake in Haiti or a flood in Pakistan, the impacts are far more devastating because we don't have infrastructure. It's not a question of which infrastructure. It's a question of let's just do development that is durable. So if you're building cities and houses, they have to be better cities and houses. If you're going to build irrigation infrastructure, you think not just of the immediate needs, but of the longer term needs. And in some ways, I'm not trying to hash the question. What I'm trying to say is that we have made sort of development a bad thing when we talk about environment, and that needs to change. Development is the solution. But what type of development? Sustainable development.